Ah, the timeless fashion sense, tighten hair, blue eyes, resourceful and fearless, amateur girl detective, Nancy Drew. The first Nancy Drew book, Secret of the Old Clock, was published in 1930. Nancy Drew has inspired millions of girls since then. She entered my life in the early 2000s. I had been reading the A to Z mysteries and the Boxcar Children. Unfortunately for me, I had devoured them all way too quickly. Reading on T or some other letter of the second half of the alphabet, my parents took me to Borders Books for my next read. I did not find Ron Roy's latest book, but a certain yellow-backed spine caught my eye. Carolyn Keene, Nancy Drew. What I unlocked in that moment is something that I'm still discovering, still exploring. Nancy helped me to find myself. I did have trouble connecting to people when I was young. I was often called shy and really wasn't into what was new or trendy. But I used Nancy to find ways to connect, like writing a script and producing a 10-minute movie for one of my birthdays. And casting myself as Nancy, of course.
You guys remember Amy from school, don't you? She asked us to come over right away.
Did she say why?
No, in fact, she didn't say much at all when she called. I wonder if she has a mystery for us. Maybe.
Complete with interviewing suspects, getting captured, saved, snooping around, and getting the bad guys.
You! Take them away. No, but I didn't do anything. This hurts. Will I get a phone call?
I remember when I first discovered Nancy Drew games after loving the books for years. I pored over that website for hours because I could only get one game. I decided on the Curse of Blackmore Manor and spent even more hours playing those games and continuing to read the books. I didn't know why. It was hard for me to make and keep friends. I didn't know why I felt different from the other kids, but I did know I didn't feel as lonely when I was lost in a Nancy Drew mystery. Nancy Drew even influenced my style so much that you usually see me in a plaid tweed dress and a cloche hat. I was never on trend. And my first tattoo was even a skeleton key on my collarbone. When I showed my friends, all of them said the same thing. Because of Nancy Drew. Right? Of course.
It's locked.
You can still see that tattoo in most of my outfits and cosplays today. I'm in my era of re-embracing Nancy. With growing pains came a period where kids poked fun at the shy girl who didn't follow fashion trends and would rather read a mystery book than Twilight. Even my ex-boyfriend told me I should be more like everyone else. But here's the thing, I'm not like everyone else. And neither is Nancy. She keeps reaffirming to me that it's okay to be your genuine, unique, creative self. I cosplay. I make videos on the internet. That's weird and nerdy and cringe. But you know who else didn't follow social norms and told me I could be more than the box that society expects me to stay in, especially as a woman? Nancy Drew. She travels the world solving mysteries because that's who she is, and no one can take that away from her. What's more is I learned why I have always felt different as I have been healing and learning to accept every part of me. I am autistic. My brain literally does work differently from neurotypical people, and it is my headcanon that Nancy is too. Especially from playing the games where she doesn't have the greatest social skills, has a super strong sense of justice, hyper focuses on her special interests, mysteries, and keeps forgetting things. And people.
Nancy, do you know what today is?
The girl is also really awkward. The list goes on. But if she can be completely and unashamedly herself, so can I. And the more I truly embraced me throughout my life, the people who wanted to know me for me entered my life. Because I was like Nancy, I not only found myself, but my Besses and my Georges, and I married my Ned. Hot tip for Nancy, had a calendar alert for anniversaries. Nancy Drew changed my life by allowing me to stop changing it for other people and to embrace that I am good enough just as me.